elite, my brother. And I keep my eyes on the prize so I can never see defeat, my brother. Walking the finest line between the shining night and royalty, my brother. I ain't playing, but they see I leveled up. They fed up, I don't act like I'm fed enough. Hate the game, but I'm sure you can bet it's us. Can't complain, but I'm sure you attempted, brother. Fested up everything that you estimates and underrate. You can say this the latest of the greats. I always keep the statement up to date by the way that I elevate above the ranks on the way with the fleet.
These drivers are really starting to reach.
The word is mine, I ain't claiming a piece. Throne is mine, but I stay on my feet. Locked and loaded, I pray that you get low. If you rollin', I pray you don't get cold. Is you ready for war, my brother? Is you ready for war, my brother?
Backing up.
Ross Harlow will win this race, but Lawson Gill will be the champion for the second time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Steven Stempian, live with Droppin The Hammah podcast. I think we're on episode 3. This is a special episode tonight with the Sunoco Cup Series schedule release. We're having a little release party here on the podcast, doing things a little bit different tonight. I am joined by 2 owners of the league. We have Dakota Curtis and Dustin Reeves. Pleasure to have you, gentlemen.
Yeah, happy to be here, man.
Appreciate you guys letting me do this. Looking forward to dropping this schedule, getting some feedback, talking about it. So I guess we'll jump right into a couple of things. I hope everybody's doing well tonight out there, chat. I want to thank Eddie for producing this again. Does an amazing job. He's the man. A little plug for you, Eddie. So, boys, we are a little over a month away from season 7. Is that correct? Season 7?
Yeah, I'm starting season 7 better. I think it's right after Daytona. I think a week or 2 after Daytona. So
Yeah, it's coming up quick. We the week after Daytona, me and Dakota will be heading down to watch the 500 in person this year for the first time. So ready to be back racing real life and in the sim. So
I am very jealous that you guys will be there in person. That is awesome news. Looking forward to getting back into the swing of things. Talk to me, guys, about season 7 before we get into the release of the schedule. Thoughts, opinions, how you guys came up with the schedule. Was it a little bit of fighting between the both of you, or you guys kind of mutually agreed on the schedule?
well, the good thing with me and Dustin is, I mean, we tend to agree a lot on. I mean, we have our disagreements on some things, and we have our brotherly love. We hash it out a little bit, and then we both kind of meet in the middle and decide on the thing, and then I usually lean towards what Dustin says because he's always right. So, just kidding.
Daddy Dustin in full swing, man.
I just got
Older
the phone
brother.
with- yeah, I just got the phone with Shoemaker before I jumped on here, and he called me and Dakota the angel on your shoulder and the devil on the other one for the league. That's me and Dakota. And he doesn't know which one's which. So I think that's perfectly described.
I like that. That is a good description. I think I've only seen the devil out of Dakota and the angel out of you so far, Dustin. So we'll see.
Hey, yeah, I didn't say it. I didn't.
Yeah.
My family would agree, but no, the schedule really. We talked about it. I mean, we've been talking about this format and what we were going to do since the end of last season. Just coming up with something fresh and new. But as far as the schedule races go, I mean, it kind of fell together. It's no secret we like to follow the Cup schedule as much as we can. So you guys will see tonight. It's not as much as we normally do, but we got some matching races in there, which is always fun. It's fun to be able to turn the race on at 1:00 and watch these guys race the same track you're going to race later in the evening. So it did kind of just fall together. I think the only disagreement we had was one of us wanted the Chicago street course, and the smart brother came out on top on that one. So you have to wait and see who won the argument.
Yeah, I mean, definitely something that I wanted to do, especially if iRacing is going to be releasing rain. But I mean, we have no clue what's coming. might be 20, 36 before we get rain. But I think it would definitely be fun on it's going to be the thing. I'll tell you about our schedule is it's going to require a lot of strategy. The people who, are fast on the short run, it's gonna be a long season. You're gonna have to adjust, and it's gonna be a fun one. Can't wait to show it. I know Dustin and I worked really hard on the schedule. We kind of went through what was best for the league, and that's the thing that I want a lot of people to really keep in mind is, hey, you may not like certain parts of it, but guess what? It's what's best for the league. It's not just what's best for you in the moment, and I know it's hard to kind of see that because us as racers and even, virtual racers, real racers, you want what's best for yourself because you want to win, and everybody knows that. Um, but it's different when you're in mine and Dustin's shoes. I would love to absolutely put out there Texas for 20 races because Texas is my track. I know I'm going to get a top five when we go to Texas if I
It's
don't
a
get wrecked
lie.
in the first 5 laps.
It's a lie. It's Atlanta. Don't let them lie to you guys out there.
Both of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
Atlanta, I'm
true.
pretty good at now too. But I would love to just have Atlanta and Texas the whole season. It'd be nice. I would absolutely love that, and I think it would be fun. But at the end of the day, it's about the league for us with me and Dustin, and we gotta do what's best for 43 people and not for you. Um,
Yeah.
and that's what we really thought about when we were making the schedule. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and that
guess that's sorry I cut you off, Dustin. That's one thing I guess I appreciate. You guys you think about everybody, as many people you got 43 people that you got to please, and it's not easy. Especially coming together with a schedule that everybody's going to like, but it's not biased by any means. It's, very different. I mean, you look at my rookie season, we did the whole NASCAR Cup schedule. That was great. Had a blast. I think personally, I think the winter series and the schedules you guys have done, and some events we've held during the season, like the All Star race and the duels and stuff that we did my rookie season. That was hella fun. I think you guys do a phenomenal job when it comes to that stuff. And if you're complaining, you can. There's a chat box in my Twitch channel tonight. You guys can go ahead and complain if you guys want. We won't read it, but it's okay.
yeah, me and Dakota, we use the Michael Scott office line. Our complaint department is the humble trash can. Uh, so no, I'm glad Dakota
Obi.
touched on that. I'm glad Dakota touched on thinking of the whole league. We also got to think viewership and stuff like that. Podium comes in and we got to think about those guys too when we set up the schedule and that's
yep,
another caveat in there. So it is tough. It's tough because we both race and we both want to do good and we both want our teams to do good. But we've said numerous times, league comes first. We have fun. I run 20th to 30th every week, and I have blast. Just managing the league with Dakota and so definitely league first and my personal racing second. And I think uh, a lot of other leagues may lose sight of that. So I do feel like that is a big reason for our success in this league is we keep the main thing the main thing.
And people can complain all they want, but guess what? They keep coming back. So, as the
You
topic
nailed it.
says, thanks to Eddie, complaint department is closed. I love that.
I
Love
um I can tell you when I mean the biggest thing that I want to hit on is started this league what 4 years ago now. Yeah, it was March 2020. As soon as COVID started, we started this league. Started out as XTC Racing, and that's what we started out as. And we had Xfinity, Truck, and Cup, and that's kind of where the XTC came from. And it was tough. Started out with three different leagues at the same time, running it with some guy who didn't really want to do it. So we kind of branched off, and then and then we ended up going to the Tech Hub TV Cup Series, sponsored by myself, and put a lot of money into that. And it just kind of exploded from there. Then we got that great deal with MPI. Shout out to MPI. literally one of the best companies I've worked with. They were great, fantastic. Still in a contingency sponsor of us, and they're nice enough to work with our Xfinity series that we work with. And then now we've gotten up to Sunoco, and I mean, the success wouldn't be without the people that come and race with us every week. I could tell you that. We put on a good show. Thank you for everybody who comes out. I mean, that when people are the naysayers and they come in and they complain about other things, it just fuels me more. I could tell you myself, it makes me want to prove them wrong even more. And over the years, we've had a lot of them. A lot of people have come and gone. We have our core group of guys that have stayed with, and it's motivated us to do even better, motivated us to make it to the point that we are. And I mean, Dustin and I, we take definitely good feedback as much as we can. Take the feedback, learn from it. We're not perfect by any means, but we're doing everything that we can. I know that we've went through many different styles with trying to run the league on what we can do and what we can't do. We've tried different things. This winter series was something different that we've never done. We did a super speedway series. We saw an actual. The crazy thing is, have some people out there who don't like it. That's fine. Is what it is. Don't race it. But we had a uptick in viewership by like I think it was like 20-30% versus our previous winter series.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the crazy part. Our previous winter series, we went through. It was Dirt to Daytona, which was really cool. That was something different that we definitely did. But our super speedway series, more people watch, and it's because you never know who's going to win. You never know who's going to win a super speedway series. And last night, I mean, it was fun racing. I mean, I had fun, even though the pack got spread out and we had that difference. But um, for the Twitch streamers or for the Twitch viewers out there, the last 12 laps were amazing. You guys didn't get to see it. I ended
Dakota
up
won.
winning the race. Yep, it was
Yeah.
It
fantastic.
was fantastic.
Um, got a 50 got a like a 15-second lead on second place, and it was great. You guys wouldn't know though. I mean, you didn't see it, but it was great. Just kidding. It was a good race though. We had fun. Pitch strategy changed a lot of the race. It was crazy. There was everybody had different pitch strategies. It was crazy. Crazy different um super speedway that I really haven't like it's been a while since I've seen a super speedway race like that. And it was really clean. We had one caution last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
Yep.
caution the whole
Man, I love
time.
those
Yeah,
cars. I miss them so much.
it was
Yep.
early too.
I love them.
Yep.
You nailed it though. Anybody can win on super speedway. Winter series is fun for us. We're just taking a break and decompressing, trying to, uh, and just getting ready for the next upcoming season. So anybody can win, as you guys seen last night. Somebody that usually doesn't have a chance at winning takes home the checkered. So, uh,
Yeah.
but
Never
that's
wins.
what's great about it. So shout out to Mario.
He's finished second a bunch of times this
Yep.
season. So
Mario started looking like me like 3 seasons ago. Second place like 8 times in a row and never won. And then he finally wins it. But I haven't won in what 4 years, 5 years? I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying he hasn't lost since he met me in person. So
Yeah,
shout
that's
out to the
true.
Dome. We met up there at the Gateway Dirt Nationals. It was good it's great to not to go off topic here, but it's so much fun when we get out in public and go to these big races and run into people that are in the league. So I did get to meet Mario there at the Gateway Dirt Nationals, and me and Dakota, with this league, and he was talking about MPI and Sunoco where they've taken us, and uh, it's been awesome, man. We've met so many good people, met so many good people in person. I mean, we've hit up go kart tracks with league members in Daytona, and flown to races with league members and stuff that we would never do if it wasn't for iRacing. So, definitely can't
No.
thank everybody in the league
Yeah.
for making this run, and Sunoco, MPI, everybody that has got us to where we're at. I couldn't be
Yep.
happier and couldn't be more excited to get into this next season. So
Yeah, and Sunoco, I mean, man, what I don't even know what to say about Sunoco. They've been such a great partner of ours. Really, really good partner of ours. I love working with them. They're like so quick to help us out when we need something. So like anytime I message Sunoco, they're like, "Yep, you got it. What do you need?" And fantastic, fantastic company to work with. I appreciate everything they've always done for us, and super excited to, continue that partnership in 2024. So they're with
Yeah,
us all the way through 2024, and can't wait to see, what the future holds. And um, the thing I'll tell you guys is this: everybody that's watching here, we got some big stuff coming around the pipeline. I know I say that a lot, and Sunoco. I mean, every time I usually say that, something happens, unless if it's something to do with the NASCAR team. But worked really well with a bunch of things. Right now, we're doing a lot of work with Podium. I'm going to be working with Podium a lot in the future, so I'm excited to see where that partnership goes, and can't wait to see what comes. We've worked with big companies in the past, especially in the sim racing community. Met some people from Logitech last year, and then we worked with SimuCube, Cube Controls a couple times, and just can't. All I gotta say is I'm excited to see what comes from this league. We're It's only getting better. It's only getting better, and I mean, 5 years ago when we started this league, I never thought that a uh, I would get a paint scheme on a car and be able to go and
Totally forgot
that's
about
yeah, I got a real life paint scheme out there. Shout out to Our Motorsports. I mean, I've got them on my shirt right now. Um, Great team to work with, and when I made that paint scheme, I never thought that I would meet our future sponsor for our league that we have right now. That's the crazy part. Went to Richmond, went to the iRacing booth, met some people from it was Richmond Raceway Esports at the time. Met those guys, and met Sunoco there. And the craziest thing is I was talking to him literally 2 weeks earlier. So you just never know what iRacing is going to do for you, what sim racing is going to do for you, and it's crazy. Just how far it can take you and get you that close to real life racing. So,
stole my thunder. I was gonna ask how that partnership developed.
yep.
Stole us, took it away from me, man. This is my show.
It,
I totally forgot about the paint. That's probably the coolest thing that
uh,
has ever came out of our iRacing adventure.
yep.
That's unbelievable. So,
Yep.
uh, shout out Alfredo. He's cool.
Yep. Yep.
That's good
Anthony
stuff.
Alfredo made that paint for that, and it's just insane that you go from talking to someone and then conveniently running into them at a racetrack, and then it leads to 6 months later, them becoming your primary sponsor in your league and doing everything you can for it. I mean, they gave me and our race control VIP passes to Kansas, gave us a thing to Chicago at the last moment. Like, they're great,
That's
great.
stalling.
Stalling. Yes, we are stalling. We'll
Yeah,
we'll letting the excitement build here.
yeah, there we go.
Uh, yeah, we don't need to jump right into it. Come on now, we're
Yeah,
having a little fun.
the build up.
Stalling like Dustin the first race we had in the Winter Series at
That's
Talladega.
right. Hey, I blame Shoemaker. He told me I could start in first. That's all it was. When in
Oh
doubt,
man.
blame a Shoemaker.
What,
That's how I'll
what,
join the
what,
rest of the league.
I have nothing to say. Nothing to say. I'm
Yeah.
just sitting here.
What else you got?
Um, So, uh, so we talked
Great
about the
question,
Sunoco
Snippy.
thing.
So
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Um, yeah. I mean, that's not easy either. I mean, you obviously got to keep 43 guys happy, but obviously you have to run stuff by sponsorship and stuff before you kind of get the approval. Obviously, I'm sure they play a small factor. I don't think a huge factor, right? They kind of lenient, laid back on that type of stuff, or
Sunoco is very supportive of what we do. They I send stuff to them, and it's usually, "Hey, that looks good." And I'm like, "All right, sweet." So, um, as long as we, keep it in the brand guidelines and we do what we can to help them. Yeah, I mean, they let us do what we need to do, and they're supportive of it. So I love working with Sunoco. Best company I've had. So
I know, a couple of the boys at work when I showed them the trailer, which was a big shout out to Eddie Smith on that job there. They're like, "Man, you guys are sponsored by Sunoco." I was like, "Hell yeah, we are."
Yep.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. Um, Obviously, most of the questions I'm gonna ask is gonna be circled around the schedule. So, uh, I guess shall we?
Get to it.
Shall we?
I'm ready.
Shall we
Got a
get?
nice intro, 20-minute
Do we have
intro
a drum roll? Do we have a drum roll?
there.
All right,
Eddie, can we get a drum roll?
Eddie, let's play the intro again. We could play the trailer
We'll do
and
the
the other
trailer.
thing. Just kidding.
Current topic.
No.
No drum roll, guys. Sorry.
All right, guys. I mean, I'm ready to reveal this thing. Let's do it.
Let's get it on. So the moment everybody's been waiting for, the Sunoco
Yeah.
Cup Series Season 7 schedule.
Oh, we
The
already got a
calendar,
race leaked
so-
out there. Look at that. Bottom left.
Oh, there you go. Look at you, Eddie.
Look at that. We
All
got a little
right.
tidbit right there.
Well, let's go over our first race. We will have. It's going to be Daytona. We're going to have the Daytona 500. That is going to start February 25th. Dustin,
Yep.
I could do the first 10 races.
Yep, you got it. Let's notice the big caveat there. How many laps?
Yep. So we're going to be doing 200 laps to do the full complete Daytona 500. And then March 10th, we're going to be going to Las Vegas Motor Speedway with 267 laps. So we have a 2-week break in between those, and we're going to be hitting that. And then 2 weeks later, we're going to be going to Bristol Motor Speedway, March 24th. And we're going to be doing 400 laps there. Cut it back from 500 because I want more than 5 cars to finish. So we're going to be taking a little bit of a break. We're going to be going 2 weeks later. We're going to be, actually, it's the same amount. We're going to be going to Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to be 267 laps. After that, there's another 2-week break. We are going to be going to Kansas Speedway. Oh, my bad. My bad. We're going to be taking a 2-week break, and we're going to Talladega Super Speedway, doing 188 laps there. We are going another 2-week break, and then we go to Kansas on May 5th, 267 laps. And then we got a 2-week break. We're going to be going to our first road course of the year. We're going to be going to Sonoma Raceway. We're going to be doing 90 laps there on June 2nd. June 16th. Oh, I missed a race. My apologies. I'm trying to do both at the same time. We're going to be going to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coke 500 or the Coke 600. We're going to be doing 400 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're going to have a 2-week break. And we forgot a race in there. My apologies. We have a huge break from May 5th to June 2nd because we have May 19th, we have North Wilkesboro. We're going to be doing the All-Star race there. So we're going to do something different with the All-Star race. There's going to be more news on that going forward. And then we come back, and June 2nd, we go and do the Coke 600. June 16th, we're going to be doing Sonoma Raceway. We're going to be doing 90 laps there. And then we got another 2-week break, and we go to Nashville on June 30th. After that, we have another 2-week break, and we go to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That is the circle track. We are going to the circle track, not the road course. And we're doing 180 laps there. All right, Dustin, I'll let you finish it up.
I'll let you keep rolling. I don't got a copy of this. I made it, but you
Okay.
never sent me a copy.
Well, you don't need one. You'll get one later. I'm just kidding. All right. We've got July 28th. We have a 2-week break, and we're going to Dover Motor Speedway. We're doing 300 laps there. 2 weeks later, we go to Darlington Raceway for 293 laps. 2 weeks later, we go to August 25th. We are going back to Daytona Superspeedway for the cutoff race for 160 laps. That's going to be a fun one. Always is. And now we start the round of 16. September 8th, we've got Atlanta Motor Speedway at 260 laps. We go a week later to Richmond Raceway for 400 laps for the cutoff race for the round of 16. Now we're going to the round of 12. And 2 weeks later, we go to Watkins Glen International for the start of round of 12, 75 laps. 2 weeks later, my bad. Yeah, it's actually a week later. A week later, we go to Michigan Raceway for 200 laps for the wrap up of the round of 12. Then we come back 2 weeks later for the round of 8, and we start at Talladega Superspeedway with 188 laps on October 20th. A week later, we go to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and that's going to wrap up the round of 8, and we go 267 laps at Las Vegas. That's going to be a fun one. And then we come back 2 weeks later, I think, right? Did I do my math right? Yep, that is 2 weeks later. We finish it with the Championship 4. You guys would never have guessed. Homestead Miami Speedway for 267 laps for our championship race. That is our complete schedule for season 7.
Bam. How about them apples? So,
I love it. Just looking at it here, like I said earlier, it really just fell together. I don't know. I'm sure everybody caught on. We're going full length for the most part. About 85% of the season is full length. So obviously, that's the reason for the week off. When we run a full length, for the most part, we got a week off to prepare. A lot of thought has went behind this with me and Dakota, and a lot of discussion back and forth. That's a big deal. It's not. I hinted at it last night in the drivers' meeting. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. So definitely the drivers that are going to take on a full length season. They're definitely got my respect. So super excited about it. Can't wait to start the full length Daytona 500. That's always a fun race. We've done it before, and can't wait to kick that off. So.
Yep. So, no, I've got actually a question in the chat that I see. We're going to be starting an hour earlier. So most of our races are going to be at 7:10 Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to be starting them at 7:10 Eastern Standard Time, compared to where we were doing was 8:10 Eastern Standard Time. So we're starting them an hour earlier.
I have a question. Stages?
Yes, we're going to be doing the normal stages that NASCAR does at those tracks.
They have a chat. We will be doing stages, and the start time for the race is 7:10 Eastern Time. Is that correct? Not the server opening at 7:10, right?
Correct. There's a few
Correct.
races in there. We'll start a little bit earlier.
Yep. Like the Coke 600.
Bristol. There's 2 or 3 in there, but we'll start a little bit earlier than our new start time. But obviously, that will all be announced, for everybody with plenty of time to prepare for that. So one thing, to touch on that I kind of feel like we got away from in the last few seasons, season 2, 3, and 4. And this may just be me. I may be out on a limb here, but I'm really hoping the week off brings back that team practice. For those that don't know, we have practice requirements. So now we're going to have 2 weeks for your team to prepare together. I'm hoping it brings back that teamwork, camaraderie. Like I said, seasons 2, 3, and 4. My guys and our affiliate teams, we were meeting up Tuesday or Friday, I think is what it was back then. So we were all meeting up, 8 of us, throwing down on practice. And it obviously, it showed results for sure in my racing. So I'm hoping with the week off, all the teams can link up and maybe schedules will coordinate a little bit better and bring back that team camaraderie that maybe was lacking with the full length season because it's just so grueling and everybody was beat up and I mean it's exhausting running a full length season with the Cup schedule. So I'm really hoping the time off in between each week will bring that back and we'll see some more team aspect come back to the league.
Yeah, and then
Mm-hmm.
another thing too is like when we've had longer races, they tend to be a little bit cleaner because people, chill out at the beginning of the races because they don't feel like they have to go to get up to the front. So excited for that aspect. I mean, that's what I'm really excited for. Almost every time we've tested the full length races a couple times. We didn't do it last season, but the 2 seasons before that, we did I think 4 full length races during the season, and they
Mm-hmm.
were some of our best races. So
Yeah,
Right.
that first Daytona 500 I did was a blast. That was fun.
yep.
That was a good time. And yeah, Dustin, like you were saying, like that, the 2 weeks. I mean, you definitely have some time to strategize as a team and get together and use your practice time. I mean, that's a win right there. And personally, I know I usually end up practicing by myself when I do this stuff, and I'll spend like
Lately, yeah.
2 3 hours by myself practicing at whatever track we're going to on that
I don't
Sunday.
spend that kind of time, but I'll be beat by about
That's the
2 hours. I'll be
perfectionist
beat
in
by an
me.
hour and 50 minutes. So, but I'm hoping this brings it back, man. I'm excited. I get excited at the beginning of every season just to start off fresh and see what my team can do or what the league can put on. I'm really excited from a league owner aspect of just where this is going to take us. I feel like it's different, man. Every year we come up with something. Me and Dakota put our heads together in seasons past with the help of admins. We always come up with something fresh and cool, and I feel like that's needed
Yeah, to
versus the
keep
same old
people
stuff.
engaged.
We could have thrown out a 20 race schedule here that goes from February to July, and then but everybody's seen that. So I feel like this is something different, and this one season will take us right into the winter series. So it was once we got past the gulp or the deep breath of a full length season, it really just fell together, and I'm super happy with the schedule. So
Yeah, and the
I
good thing is we miss all holidays on here. So
yep, that's a big one for me when we sit down to set up the schedule. And I got those holidays sketch. I got them circled on a map. Um, just because it's we bring in viewership again. People are spending time with family. Bill Schoonover goes camping 100 times a year, so it's nice to give him those holidays off. Uh, but no, it's great. Yeah, we did miss all the major holidays except for Father's Day, and we made that a road course. So you know, you got time to sit out. It's a road course.
I
the
mean,
Father's
Lawson's
If you're
gonna
Father's Day
me,
is
if you're me, you're
Father's Day is
Lawson.
the 16th, huh?
yeah, June
Yes,
16th.
sir.
So
Oh
it's at
man,
Sonoma. So I mean, when Lawson goes out there and dominates the field, then we'll be okay with 25 people. So
perfect. I hope my daughter's born that day, so I don't have to. I can have an
Well,
excuse to miss Sonoma.
hey, I'm excited
Lawson
for Sonoma. I'm
Lawson's
super
been
excited for Sonoma.
Lawson's been a father to us all the last 2 years, so it's only fitting we race Sonoma on that
Uh,
day,
yes, he
Yeah.
has.
right?
It's like Pedro Martinez back in
Yeah.
2003. Tell the Yankees who your daddy is.
Oh
Uh,
gosh.
um, I I do have to say one thing though. What happened? What happened to my beloved Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway?
Yeah, you know what happened to it.
It's the
Yeah.
second
It
season
went
in
to
a row
that.
I got canned.
It landed in the complaint department.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So we had a choice. We had a race that everyone would hate, or we could go to Richmond Raceway in the playoffs. So we decided to go to Richmond.
Man, New Hampshire's so much fun.
Yeah, so Zach can
You
lead
guys don't give New
399
Hampshire
laps.
you guys
Yeah.
don't give New Hampshire enough credit, man, I'm telling you.
There's a reason why.
I
I
love
think
that place.
New Hampshire doesn't give us a good enough racing, so
Oh
we
man, we
we
had
don't get
blast.
We
Me
credit.
and
had
Mario
man,
battled it out.
we have
Great.
PTSD from New Hampshire. I'll never get over that
PTSD.
place. Yeah, I don't even watch it on I don't even watch it on TV.
That is a common thing in most leagues. Everybody hates that track. I don't
Martinsville
understand
too.
it. It's great. Yeah, well, Minesville's terrible. I mean, um, Curtis, he's out there. Don't blame New Hampshire for skill issues. I like that right there. There you go.
Yes, 1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. I'm
I
man
mean, you
enough
could
to
say
admit
that
that.
about you could say that about any track though. Let's
But
just be
in
honest.
fact, you bring in, we talk about from an admin standpoint or from a league owner standpoint, you bring in everybody's skill set. And when you have 43 guys and only 3 can drive New Hampshire, it kind of is an easy one to throw out. So
Yeah, no, I get that there.
he's a
Nah,
New York
solid,
fan. We like
solid,
listening to him.
solid schedule.
I'll,
I
I'll
hope
just
everybody.
I'll just leave this one out there. Don't blame super speedways for skill issues. Oh.
Uh,
I don't know what my excuse is.
Man, I don't know, man. This winter season, you've been a different person, so
Yeah.
Uh,
we might see a season with Dakota and Dustin getting a win coming up.
Oh,
oh man, that
jeez.
would be awesome.
As
Let's
long
do
as
it.
as long as we're not in the 87s, Dustin might have a shot.
Dustin at Bristol,
Yeah, no, yeah.
Dustin at Bristol starts 2
Here we
laps
go.
down,
Yeah.
just limps her on the track. Everybody's gone. He wins the race. See you
Hey,
later.
so you notice on here we got a few races that aren't full length. Bristol's the first one where we don't go full length. 500 laps, and that was just a little too much. So we knocked her down to 400. That still may be too much. But if I can sneak out, if I can be one of the 5 on the lead lap, maybe I can sneak out a win.
Are the 5
Uh,
cars left?
yeah, I'm good surviving. That's good skill I have. Um, so
And how about the return of Indianapolis Oval? How about that?
Yeah.
love it.
We are going back to the Oval.
Right.
That
And
is
that date falls the week after the real Indy 500. So kind of cool. We had that at Pocono on that.
The
I believe
cool thing
Pocono's
about
that real date. So
Indy is it's a very technical track. Like it really is. A lot of people don't really think that about Indy because they're just like, oh, it's a big track.
big Loudon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it. But it's like you got to hit those corners perfect,
I love that
especially
place.
after coming down the straightaway at like 200 miles an hour. You gotta hit those corners perfect, or it's gonna be a terrible corner for you, and you'll lose a lot of speed because the draft is huge there. So
Hmm
especially in these next gens.
hey, we probably had the greatest crash in league history at Indy. So moving
Oh
on.
man,
That
I,
was
I I
awesome.
wish I still had that. I wish I still had that clip because I would send it to Eddie right now for him to play it because it was
Oh man, that was wicked. We had
literally the
cars in the
last lap.
stands.
The last lap, there was it was we had all 43 cars. We had a person who shouldn't be named won the race. I ended up getting second, and literally you see right behind that about 29 to 30 cars just come piling in a huge ball down the front stretch towards the start finish line. What happened? I think it was we had Craig Burns got loose and came back up the track, and everybody just hit him. Everybody just hit him, and it was just everybody was piling in. So
That was on the front stretch.
yeah, it was on the front
Yeah,
stretch, the last corner.
that
It was crazy because you have nowhere to go. Like
no,
at Indianapolis,
no,
you have
no.
nowhere to go on that front stretch. It's either you hit a wall or you hit a wall. You choose.
Which one you
Or
want to hit?
yeah, you hit a wall, you hit a wall, or
Uh,
you hit the car in front of you, and hopefully it pushes you past the start finish line.
I love that place. That
How many
place is
drivers are we taking this year?
It's gonna be 43 again. We had 43 last year. We're gonna go
Yep.
43 again.
so full pack.
Yep.
Pops.
Yep. Old
Yeah,
school full pack. That
Well,
aren't
I
old
40
school.
actually know
yeah,
NASCAR this year. They're doing 43 at Daytona.
at Daytona. Yeah, I seen that.
Yep. Yep.
Look at that, bringing us back. Bringing us back. I love that.
And they're also doing 850 horsepower at Daytona as well. Breaking news. I'm just kidding. I
Oh
wish there was. That'd be
man,
sick.
I got excited for a second. I was actually pumped, super pumped.
Um,
So we touched on it when we started the show. So which one did you guys agree on, or want? Which one were you guys talking about at the beginning?
And this whole thing, we agreed on everything. I don't. I mean,
Yeah.
we
Wasn't there
mixed some.
one?
It was
I
yeah,
thought.
yeah. It was the Chicago street course,
Okay.
and that
Okay.
lasted about 2 seconds. You know, you
Yes.
don't
Yeah.
see it on the schedule.
Yeah.
So
I wanted it in place of Sonoma, but I mean, we decided
I
that we
don't
weren't
like.
going to do.
We've been the guinea pig on new stuff for iRacing. We've went out there and tried stuff, and I tend to let other leagues be the guinea pig. We'll come in when they've perfected it as far as rain or the Chicago street courts. You know, so I'm not saying never, but let's bring that into 2025.
Speaking of rain, I mean, by Sonoma or Watkins Glen, we could have a appearance of rain this year if it comes
Does
to.
I'll make the executive decision on that. If there is rain, there will be rain in one of our races. I'm just telling you, and it's
Well,
going to be random.
you
It's going to
know,
be random.
if we went to Loudon, they have the wet track package there, so we could have threw it there. That would have been great.
You're
Yeah,
sliding all over the track
see, here we
anyways at
go.
Loudon, so
See, we add rain, but oh, the track doesn't have rain tires. Oh,
yeah,
you know, it's
yeah,
the dirt tires all over again. You know,
no,
we haven't had dirt
you gotta
tires on iRacing in forever. We need it.
you gotta do it at a you gotta do it at a road course. You can't do it anywhere else. Road course would be the only place. So, I mean, it would be either Sonoma or Watkins Glen that we'd have it if it comes out, obviously. And the cool thing with it, from what we've seen, is you can do it in little spots. So, for example, you could start the race with it dry, and then you could have like 10 laps with it getting with it wet, and then it can go back to being dry. And the cool thing is I mean, that's what iRacing was showing with it. So if that happens, I mean, that's something that I definitely would want to do is let's uh
Mix
let's
it
get
up.
something different. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mix it up, make it a little bit different.
Mix
I
it
don't know
up.
how rain
Put
would
it
be
at
at
Homestead.
Sonoma. Huh?
Well, it never rains in Sonoma,
Yeah,
at
That's
that's
least
true.
true.
in the middle of the summer.
That's true.
But
Yeah,
we might actually get to repave Sonoma this season.
that'd be cool.
That would
And
be cool.
it's the same thing like Lawson said, they gotta change the gear on the fixed set. Yeah, they'll have it done. We're racing the week afterwards, so
We'll have
iRacing
an
will have
update.
updated
Hmm.
by then.
Hmm. That's kind of a benefit too on all of these races being the week after. Most of the
Yeah,
races,
some
it
of them,
gives,
not all of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
not
Some
all
of
of
them.
them, but
Right.
some of them, you get the chance for iRacing to update whatever,
Right.
that they do on a hot fix or whatever.
Yep.
Um,
Right.
I'm glad to be finishing the season at Homestead again. It's always a good race there.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. That's one of our bread and butter tracks, and we the whole
Oh,
field race is great together there.
I
So
know the one race that we had a little bit of a disagreement on, Dustin.
oh,
It's right before
oh,
Daytona, the 12th race
Darlington,
of the
yeah,
season.
we
Yep,
moved it around. We made it work. We had
yep,
Michigan before Daytona. That's when it falls in real life.
yep.
But
But
we moved
then
some stuff
on
around.
race 17 is where we had Darlington, and having Watkins Glen and Darlington in the same round would have been a rough round for anyone. You really had to earn it there.
Darlington's
So
your favorite track.
I don't mind Darlington. I'm pretty fast there.
You know,
When I'm
that's the
not around
only
Jesse.
other than Homestead when you took me out on lap one.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's where
Darlington is the
Dustin got his
track.
payback.
Darlington
Yeah.
is the track where me and Dakota have gotten into it. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
no,
almost every race, Dustin and I wind up around each other at Darlington,
look out.
and
You're
yeah.
in 27th and 28th. You better watch out.
Though there was one race where I was in like 6th and you were in 7th, and you moved me out of the way, and I'm like, bro,
That's the go.
I was like, bro, I was like, don't Joey Logano me.
hey, Darlington's one of those racetracks that you get into one, you can't go side by side.
Yeah,
Right,
Stimpy,
Ross? Shout out to Ross,
I was
baby.
gonna say we know Stimpy likes getting into people at Darlington.
Oh
Yeah.
man, one time,
I mean
time.
Ross
Or Daytona
Chastain
or Talladega.
Whoa, whoa, no
or
drama.
Atlanta
Sorry,
Come
or
on,
I'm back to owner. Sorry, not team
we
owner.
we
Owner.
left
League
we
owner.
left last night's race with drama free in the 88 camp. We don't need to continue it. All right. Um,
sure about that?
Darlington's great. So now, actually, speaking of these races, I know obviously we do a bunch of special things for, we do USA patriotic stuff and all that stuff. So what I'm assuming Charlotte obviously is going to be something Memorial Day themed.
Yep.
Any plans other than that anywhere else in the schedule?
I mean, we got Charlotte for Memorial Day, of course, and then Darlington will be throwback race. And then October 27th, most people will probably run, Halloween themed stuff there. But I think that's pretty much it.
And we got, Indy could be a
July,
patriotic
yeah, it was like
thing after.
July. We could do
Yeah,
something around
14th at
there.
Indy. Yeah. There's
Yep,
some ideas in the chat there that I'm always a sucker for a good theme race, but nobody ever
yeah,
does them. So,
I love theme
yeah.
races, man.
me too. Remember we
Dustin,
did the Marvel or the superhero theme race? That was awesome. Dakota
yeah.
made me a sick Thor paint scheme.
I was gonna say
Uh,
Dustin loves his themed races because he gets to get me to make him a cool themed
yeah,
paint
yeah.
every year.
He
Hey,
makes
that's
half the league paints. I have to beg him just to
yeah,
update my
and
contingency.
I can't believe you guys are brothers. I mean,
I know.
Hey, listen, I've ran with him for a full season, and I got one paint scheme out of it. It's because he made it for himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I just flipped it over.
Just flipped it
We had
over for me.
matching
That was
paints,
it. That was
Hey,
it.
I
matching paints for one race.
may need to bring back the rowdy scheme for Daytona just as one last ride.
Ooh,
Now that
rowdy energy.
they're shutting down operations. That's had sad to see that I ran rowdy paint scheme last night. So may
I,
have to bring that back for Daytona.
I got a suggestion for Richmond in September. I have a whole folder full of the Looney Tunes. Remember the Looney Tunes at Richmond back in
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
03, 04? We're kind of 20 years on that now. We could have it like a Looney Tunes or whatever, or we go to Nashville and have a rock and roll theme. There's some good things.
Rock and roll. Whoa, it's country.
Well,
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah, we could do country.
I'll put Morgan Wallen right on my hood. No
we
problem.
we did a music themed one in Nashville a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, it's
I
my
ran
rookie.
with
Uh,
yep, I ran it with Lefty on my paint and then made it with some stuff. It was pretty cool. Yeah, the Richmond one, I mean it's right around September too, so I
oh yeah,
might
we
do
got
some patriotic stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Um but I mean it's gonna be a fun season. I mean we go from February to November, so we got a lot of time in between the races to think about it too. I'm super happy that we get a week off. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Having, that first week off, we probably won't do anything with, practices and stuff like that. And then the week of the race, we'll probably go through and, do the practices that week, just to keep people, focused up on it. Um,
And
one
tell
thing
me
I,
if tell me if I'm getting ahead of myself, but practice requirements, obviously for
yep,
the drivers out there. Are you guys gonna do 4 for the 2 like in between weeks? Is it Tuesday, Thursday, then
Maybe
Tuesday,
one.
Thursday, or
We
just
haven't
one?
really discussed that.
No,
I'd like to do one on the off week, two on the week leading up to the
week
race.
of.
yeah,
Yeah,
we could probably do something like that.
probably something like that. Uh,
But
that sounds
the
realistic.
one on the off week probably wouldn't be a required one. The one on the week of will be you have to do required. That's
Hmm.
probably what we'd do, just to keep it normal for people, so they keep their normal, thing that they've done the last 5 seasons with us, where you have to practice one of the week or one of the days during the week, and you have to do your certain amount of laps. So, rule book will be updated. So anyone that's watching here, we're going to be updating the rule book. Um, it's going to be adding a lot of the stuff that Dustin's talked about to the team owners. We won't get into that on here, but team owners know what we talked about, and they're going to be in there. And rules are going to be, what would you say, Dustin? A little more strict this year than the last year, or probably around the same. Just
I'd say not many words get changed. I'd say there's a few things to tighten up. Everybody always finds that loophole every year with this. I feel like so always got to reword some things, uh, but not much. I don't have
yeah,
much. Maybe from the I'll still be handling incidents and stuff like that. So maybe you know, maybe we'll rewrite that a little bit. I got some ideas on how to make that a better system. Nothing's perfect, and we know that. So maybe something on that front, but nothing. I don't see anything crazy.
yeah, yeah. No matter what rule, We do. There's always a loophole that someone finds. We could say this rule has no loopholes, and there will still find a loophole. It
Loophole? What
never fails.
loophole?
See, that's what it is, real life. That's what they
And
look
that's the
for,
name of the game.
loopholes, and so we just got to tighten it up. And you know, same rule book for every driver in the field, including myself and Dakota. I feel like we do a good job of that.
Yep.
But we'll continue.
I've
Dustin,
gotten warnings before, so
last night Dakota shut me right down. I was like, "Are we gonna do any like duels or shootout where we
Nice,
are
cut
on
me down
separate
too. Hey,
teams,
there you
man?"
go. You're over this
He shut
conversation.
me down real
You're
quick,
bringing
man.
what disagreements during the scheduling time. I forgot about that. I said we should do duels the Thursday leading up to Daytona, and he said, "Nah, we're good."
yeah.
I'm so
So
sad.
I don't got time. I ain't got time for that.
Or a
I got
shootout race where we did the different teams again.
now let's touch on North Wilkesboro. Dakota likes to hide the
Oh,
All-Star race in the bottom corner.
yeah, that is very
I
hidden.
always forget about it because it looks like we have a month off there. May 19th, North Wilkesboro All-Star Open. So we haven't got the format nailed down 100%, but I'm sure it'll be what Cup is doing. Something along those lines of top 20 in points, maybe be locked in. Maybe there's going to be an open. There 100% will be an open. I don't know the cutoff. Maybe the top 16 in points. North Wilkesboro with 43 guys in an all-star race format is not going to happen. Just not. I'm not on board with that. That'll be a nightmare and not entertaining. Um, so we do have that North Wilkesboro there. And we definitely will be doing some type of special format where we have a open race for the back half of the point standings field to catch up and make the race. So that'll be
What was
exciting. I'm
what
pumped
was
about
it?
that.
What was it that NASCAR did back um in the early to mid 2000s? Was it wins and poles for the
Yeah.
All-Star race, and then
Yep.
they would hold the
Yep.
open?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And I was
So, like wins and
it's funny
poles.
you mentioned that because I was thinking, top 16 in points or anybody with a win, something like that. But
Hmm.
we'll nail it down. We'll see if Dakota agrees on my ideas, and then it'll be published. So no, we'll come out with more information, but there definitely is going to be a race your way in race for that for the back half of the field.
That's
So
like
I'm
some
sure I'll
excitement
come
right there,
watch the
because
open race and see if I can race my way in.
I'm assuming with Wilkesboro, because they paved that, right? We're freshly paved on that track now. They
Yeah,
redid the
yeah,
surface, so
right.
I wonder when iRacing's gonna do that. Be interesting to see what
I
that looks
love that
like.
track, man. I love North Wilkesboro. Uh, Surprisingly, it's one of my best tracks. So I won a race there one time and got taken out by my teammate on the white flag. We won't get into that, but
Oh,
it is what it is. Uh, but yeah, North Wilkesboro will be exciting. Uh, yeah, and then we can talk about the playoff races.
yeah, I was just about to ask about that. How'd you guys decide the playoff races? What
Well, we had to sneak Atlanta in there. I figured James would. I was worried he'd leave the league if we didn't have Atlanta on the schedule one time. But there's a lot of drama at Atlanta, so I kind of, Dakota added that in there. I didn't want the drama. I'm just kidding. It's an easy track to put on the schedule. We race really good there. I'm excited to have that as our first playoff race. Um, and then leading into Richmond, it'll get technical real quick. And the cream of the crop always rises at Richmond. That's that's where the men stand out among the boys in our league is Richmond, in my mind, anyways.
you got good old Watkins Glen, which honestly, Watkins Glen is kind of, you catch Mario or Lawson on an off day, anybody can win at Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen's kind of, a little bit easier on a road course, which is nice.
Yeah, and obviously we put that, Watkins Glen. You said it. I feel like as somebody that hates road courses, Watkins Glen is the easiest. But man, we had some good racing there.
Hmm.
Lawson and Mario throw down at Watkins Glen. They do not disappoint there. Uh, I've definitely had gray hairs from Lawson and Mario's feuds at Watkins Glen. So looking forward to seeing what they can do again. And then Michigan, that'll be a fun race. That's always a good one. So, Dakota, you got any? You mainly did the playoffs. You got any comments to add here?
No, I mean we tried to balance it each round, so we tried to make it two different types of or two different types of racetracks, to give it a little bit of variety each round. We're doing kind of the same thing we've done the last 3 seasons with playoffs. Your regular season points and stuff carry into the first round, and then after that, everyone resets. It's kind of like what they did when the chase for the cup first started. Um, they did that same format, and I feel like that's the only fair way that we can do that with 2 races. Because I mean, especially with how long and how many stage points we're gonna have, especially at like Charlotte where we got 3 stages.
Hmm.
If you had some people carrying them over into the next round, I mean, you go to the round of 8, the top 5 people or the top 4 are pretty much already locked into the championship 4. There's no competition with only 2 races. So um, you got to find the limit there, and that's the limit is in the first 2 races you get your points from the regular season, and since we only have 13 races, I mean I feel like that's fair. And then we go to the next round, and all gloves are off. Everybody, you got your chance. You carry your stage points and stuff from the previous round, but you don't carry the stuff from the regular season. So if you go out and at Atlanta you win both stages, I mean then you get your 2 points on to the next round already from there. So
Don't have
and
a
then if
bad
you win
race
that
at
race,
Watkins Glen. It's going to be tough.
yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. So
It's going to be tough.
and yes, to let everyone know, stages are on road courses and
1,000%.
cautions will be thrown.
Yeah, there you go. That's what we cautions will be thrown. We're
On the
not
You
going down
stages.
you heard it here first.
we're not going
Yeah,
down that
No,
yeah.
road.
no, no. Stay
We're
away
not
from
going
that.
down that track.
It's a good mix, though. I'll tell you that much. You got some good, got a couple of good technical tracks,
Yep.
good couple of drivers tracks. Um, Obviously mixed in with your super speedways and stuff, but
You got your luck of the draw at Atlanta and Talladega. You got Vegas, Michigan, and Richmond for your technical tracks, and then you got Watkins Glen that your driver's track. So um and then for our championship race, I mean you can't go wrong with Homestead. So I feel like NASCAR needs to go back to Homestead, but that's just my 2 cents. Hey, I just realized we don't got Phoenix on the schedule.
oh yeah,
Nice.
no Phoenix this year.
Definitely realize it.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad.
No
I was like,
Phoenix.
I'm happy. Didn't even
Rip.
realize that, but I'm even more happy about it.
R.I.P. Auto Club.
Yeah,
Sad to
Yep.
see ya.
didn't make it. They
Didn't
Yep.
make it. Didn't
we'll see
make
if
it.
the new track makes it next year then. Whatever that
Whatever they're
short
making
track
over there.
That
championship or
and
whatever they're making.
Chicago Street Course will make it next year. You heard it here, folks.
And New Hampshire. Oh.
No, New Hampshire will never be on the schedule ever.
Yeah, there we go.
So I win once at Atlanta. I mean at New Hampshire, and it's gone after that.
You weren't here for season 2. That's all I gotta say.
I felt like my rookie season we had a great race there.
You
Kunkel,
really
no Gateway. You brought up another
Yep,
good
yep.
track there, Gateway.
That is a good track.
Gateway,
Uh,
it was between Gateway and Dover. That
yeah.
was what we had to decide between.
I'd take Dover 100 times. I love Dover.
Yep.
Dover's a
Those are the
fun
2
track.
tracks around that time. Was Gateway or Dover. And we definitely had to add Dover.
Mm-hmm. I
We,
think
we,
Dover
we
puts on some good shows, in my opinion.
Yeah, we had to do that for Richard's sake because Richard loves his Dover.
See, keeping everybody happy.
That
I
ain't,
mean,
that
come
ain't
on.
a plate track. What's Kunkel talking about? No gateway. You don't want
Yeah.
that.
No, he said hallelujah. I didn't see that.
Oh, I
No.
didn't see that either.
That snuck in there. I just saw a
Yeah, it
Gateway. I was
did.
like, oh,
Yeah.
Gateway.
Yeah, Rockingham's probably not gonna make it on the schedule until the Cup Series goes back there. We did it one season for a substitution race. It was fun. It was actually
It
a
was a
fun
good
race.
substitution race.
Yeah, it was actually a
Ray
really
Ray
fun
kicked
race.
our butt.
I know.
He laid
I
a
got a top
whooping on
5
us.
there. I was happy. I got a top 5 at Rockingham. I was super happy, but it probably won't be returned to the
See
schedule
NASCAR
unless
going
we
back
get,
there.
yeah, NASCAR goes back there, then we'll think about it. But
So I got a question for the chat out there. What do we after seeing the schedule? And I'll ask you too. Hopes and expectations, and who do you think is going to prevail with the schedule you guys see at the moment? Anybody got some early picks for some long races, some strategy? Uh, Obviously, it's a long season.
I'll give
Dad, you can't be
Dad.
biased. No, you can't. You can't be. You can't be biased. No
I'll give you
bias.
Croker,
my
if you could,
championship prediction. I'll give you
Croker,
my
if you could circle the races you plan on taking me out in, I would.
Oh, I like this.
Sorry, I had to get one in there.
I'll tell you my championship prediction next season. I think Austin Reedy's gonna win it.
Reedy.
And he won the fantasy football league.
Yeah, but
You
Reedy,
can't win the league too. I know his real life
longer
team sucks,
races, longer races, Reedy always tends to do pretty well every
but yeah,
time.
yeah, you're all right.
Reedy stays clean
Yeah,
in a good amount of races, except when Mario's near him.
yeah.
Uncle
When
said
no,
he's
no,
shooting for 7.
7 wins. There's
7
only
wins.
5 plate races. So
And
the
Bill,
5 plate
four. Oh,
races
yeah,
and the
5 with Atlanta.
5 plate races and the 2 road courses are circled on Kunkel's schedule. I knew it. That's when I made the schedule. I knew it.
Stone Cold
Dude,
PL.
The answer is always Lawson.
when it's always funny when Peel is around Mario because I know Mario is gonna get wrecked, so it cracks me up. Just kidding. Just kidding. I plead
No,
the fifth on that one.
Sonoma and Watkins Glen.
I'm
And
excited for Sonoma.
I look for some of these new guys to mix it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some guys we're bringing in from the Xfinity. The guy helping us tonight put up this podcast, Eddie Smith, man. He's a contender, and he hasn't turned a lap in the Cup Series yet.
I'll never get
Shane,
top 5 again.
Shane Wyatt's coming back, new and new mindset, new him. That's what he told me. So
We got Huffy.
yeah, he's good. These guys coming in, they're no joke. Shane, I know he throws a ton of time at practice. He spends a ton of time making a holler to put on Facebook every week. So I know he's practicing for 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, I'm looking forward to these new guys coming up and challenging the top 5 that we have already.
I think
that'll be exciting.
we had a lot of mix winners last season, didn't we? We had a bunch.
We've had like probably the last 3 seasons has been the most parity I've seen in any league. It's been insane. I go and look and I see sometimes on Twitter all the time, leagues posting this guy with his 14th win of the season. I'm like, what are you doing? Like
Can't be doing
14
that.
wins. That's gotta be fun for I mean, at the end of the season, you got 18 people left. Like nobody wants to go into a race that they know they're gonna lose. Like every week. Sorry, Dustin. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's
No, I'm
It's all
just
good,
kidding.
man.
Dustin's over there he's crying.
Dustin, you know how
Walking
you
the
mentioned
away.
about that team
Yeah.
Yeah.
camaraderie? Listen, I'm
Yeah.
coming over. We're gonna fix things and get you a win,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, my team had a winning strategy for me. I was thinking I
Hey,
botched it, so that's on me. But
Steven said that to me last season, so don't worry.
my team didn't leave me on pit road either. So,
Oh,
uh,
It's a touchy
same,
subject,
same,
man.
James.
Touchy
Same.
subject, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
Bill. We're excited to have you back in the league here, Bill. Bill couldn't run the winter series due to work, but we're happy to have him back and ready to see him arc a break through the field.
I was gonna say I can't wait to get Arco Break at Dover. It's gonna be so much fun.
He's yelling at me now. I'm kicked out of golf league. Sorry.
Ding,
Bill.
ding, ding! I just heard a text go off in the
Yeah.
background.
Hey, the Dolphins beat my Cowboys, so he can take a couple jokes.
Yeah, and then the next week they got beat by
Oh,
freaking 60 points.
they still
Um,
beat us. I can't say nothing.
So
yeah.
Chuck the
off
Gun
top.
Show Phelps win it with a win. I think I could see that. I really could. He's been sniffing around at some of these tracks. I could see, and he qualified third last night. Um, I can see Chuck getting a win at one of these bigger tracks. 100%.
You wanna know the funniest thing is last night whenever, we got off the pit road, this just came up in my mind when you brought it up. Got off pit road and I told Stimpy, I was like, "Bro, if you leave me and Mario wins this, I'm not racing with you next season." What happened?
Wow,
I'm going
shots
back on
fired.
my
Poor
word.
Mario.
I'm just
I
kidding.
Well,
actually like
so
Mario.
here's the deal. I could have wrecked Mario, and then Dustin would have yelled at me in a chat.
No, he
And,
would not have yelled at
I'm
you.
just
He would
saying,
not
you
have yelled
said
at
in
you.
general chat you were going to take him out next chance you got. I
you know
mean,
what? I decided to be the bigger man. After all the crap that's happened this year, I decided to be,
I
taking
appreciate
the high
from
road.
a league owner and
Take
somebody that reviews incidents and has to deal with all the crashing and
drama.
intentional wrecking. I appreciate you putting that in the past, and I know we're joking,
Yeah.
but that does bring me into starting out fresh, with the new season. That's one thing I always get excited about is just uh, people go back inside.
I love seeing the rivalries. I know that, I mean, you had to stop talking there, but man, the rivalries drive this league. I love it. I love seeing, when Mario and Lawson, have a good battle on the track. Because I mean, they usually keep it clean afterwards. It's not like, I mean, Mario keeps it clean. Chat doesn't keep it clean, but Mario usually does. Mario and Lawson usually keep it clean with each other, and the battles between Stimpy and Mario. I mean, there's some trash talk, but it's usually clean. We got a good group of guys, so
For sure.
we
And
do.
I say this all the time as the guy that reviews incidents. I'm not reviewing incidents to take racing out of racing. There's going to be racing incidents. I don't think I gave one warning last year for somebody racing hard, like and just I give warnings for people being driving over their head and being out of control. That's way different. So, like you said, the rivalries we touched on Watkins Glen and Lawson and Mario, how they throw down. That's some of the best racing we've had. Did it lead to drama? Sure. Is there drama every single week in racing? Yes. I race in real life. I watch it on TV. I watch it, I watch the super lates throw down on dirt, and they fight every week. So I'm not, you know, me and Dakota don't forget that's a part of it. And I love the rivalries we have, the rivalries we create every week. But there's also a line that we got to be there to stop when it goes too far and it starts affecting other drivers, innocent drivers that have nothing to do with it. So what I was saying there before I had to stop was just a new season. I like the fresh start. I know it won't stay that way. That's a pipe dream for anybody to think that, but fresh start for maybe people that just had little disagreement here or there. Put it in the past, roll on, and you know get along.
I think the 2 weeks off in between might help a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. A good point. I hadn't even thought of that.
Help
It's true.
help simmer down some of the tension there. New season, new me. Current topic. Yeah, everybody starts with a fresh, clean slate. I am proud of one thing. I have never been warned by you, Dustin, since I've been in this league.
Ooh,
So
man,
that's a positive, man.
that's
I've
man.
never
Just
made the
wait.
list.
Just
Yeah,
wait.
I haven't made the list. Happy about that. Shout out to my dad. All I know is you guys run the best league in the business. Keep up the great work, Dakota and Dustin. Boom. That little love from Pops right there.
yeah.
And shout out to Pops. He never misses a race
Hey,
out
the
there, let me
dads
tell
in the
you.
chat are the best, and grandpas. Uh, Garrett Brown's grandparents don't miss a single lap. Um, I love the chat. I love seeing our loved ones in the chat. That's I mean, half the entertainment is watching certain dads just fight to the end for their boys. So, you know, I love that.
Eddie missed my son yesterday. 2 laps left. This kid comes in, starts.
Oh,
He
bro.
woke up. I'm talking to him. I'm trying to drive. I was like, "Don't touch anything." He's tugging my arm, and I'm, if the camera was on, he would have been just seeing, just trying to grab my arm. I was like, "I don't need this with 2 laps to go, buddy." I was like, "Just sit
Yeah,
down. I'll be right there. I'll get you a bubba."
that's why Mario beat you.
It
Yeah, you
is.
could have used that. You could have used that excuse, but nope.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Uh, no, I just didn't throw the block. That's all. That's all. I just
Yeah.
made one
Hey,
mistake
clean
leaving a
slate.
teammate.
Clean
Yeah.
slate.
Yep.
February 25th. Clean slate. Me and Dakota can get along again on February 25th. Actually, February 18th because we're going on vacation together. So,
Yeah, we
you know,
got to get
clean
along there.
slate. If you beefed
I'm
it
gonna
up
fly
in the
down.
winter series, yeah, come on down.
I'm gonna be 36 on the 17th, so I should just fly down, screw work, get fired.
Here to
No,
hear,
yeah,
folks. Stimpy
yeah,
is going to be homeless.
yep.
Yep. No, the wife can work 60 hours a week. I'll be a stay-at-home dad.
There you go.
There we go, right? I mean, come on. Does life get any better than that?
It's yeah, I'm excited for it. I wish we could make. I mean, and I really say this, and I really mean it. I wish we could make everyone happy all the time with the schedule. Um, but I mean, we do our best. We do our best. We put a lot of different tracks in here. I think we have mile and a halfs more than anything else. So those are drivers. Those are driver tracks, and then we've got the super speedways in there to throw some parity into it. So
No, I think you guys did a phenomenal job, and seems we haven't got any hate in the chat, so that's a good thing. Maybe everybody's
Bill, no,
calming
yeah,
down
no,
in 2024. Here we go.
yeah,
Bill, no, we will not be. We'll just do regular qualifying. So we'll see you on the front row. No duels at Daytona. Bill
yeah.
and Chuck make up your front row of the Daytona 500.
I'm excited for another Daytona 500. I'm very excited for that. That was a blast. My rookie season, the first race with you guys. This is very exciting.
Oh, and something else to mention. We're doing some cool stuff with Podium. We should have, according to Podium's owner himself, that we should have social media updates throughout the race too. It should be cool. All the races this year.
Awesome. That's
So
good stuff.
Got
I'm
any?
all,
You got any news to drop as far as the podcast going forward for the season? What to expect?
yeah.
Uh, any new
Um,
formatting or new news?
we're probably gonna come back on. I feel like Monday nights are the best. The day after, get that raw emotion after a race. I'm thinking of some stuff. I've been talking to Eddie. I don't know how much I'm gonna be borrowing Eddie here with producing. He does a phenomenal job, man. It takes I'm not even dripping sweat here. I can relax and enjoy the show. But nah, I'd like to obviously, get a lot more guys. I usually post in the general, and I reach out to a couple of guys, but nobody really messages me back. So, to all you guys that haven't been on the podcast, I like to get some of the guys that haven't been on the podcast. Those guys that don't get airtime or video time on, Podium or anything like that, don't get really interviewed. I want to get some of those guys on.
Thanks for
You
having me
know,
on tonight, then.
and just so people can see the guys behind the wheel every week that they watch.
Yeah, you heard it here first, Bill. Bill Schooner, you got to have him on here, but you definitely need Eddie to have the censor button ready.
We're gonna have to be censoring. Just looking forward to grow this. Any way I can help the league in any way I can to get some more eyes on it and stuff like that. And yeah, just more roundtables. I'd like to get some highlights in between some of the podcasts. Like go over a couple of highlights and stuff. That'd be pretty cool to bring in. Um, Yeah, I don't know. I'm open to
Great, man.
suggestions
Yeah,
too.
yeah, it's great. I love it.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
I
always
like
open.
the invite, segments and stuff like that. If you invite maybe one person on or just a couple and I love it. I love the podcast idea. I really appreciate you putting this on. I have a question. You said,
Mm.
Eddie helping you. What happens if he wins a race? How's he going to produce? And is he just going to turn the camera on? We watch him produce the podcast while he talks about the win. How's that going to go down?
That's I guess I'm gonna have to go back into producing, and it's gonna
I'll
look like
produce for
crap.
you.
It's
Yeah, I
okay.
got you. I got you.
It's fine. Anything
Yeah.
if Eddie wins, I got him.
No, yeah, I love the podcast, man. I'd love it if I need to do a better job of supporting you. But I'd love to get the winner on here the following day. That'd be great. I know some people have leagues. These crazy guys have leagues 7 days a week. So uh,
You can do it
I'd
all.
love to get the winners, on here and talk about race recap and so definitely one of my goals going forward is to help you get guys on here that aren't normally on here and talk about that. Maybe some guys that get into it on track and they get into it on track all through the field. So it don't have to be a top five running. It could be 30th and 31st. We'll get on here and chat it up on. That's where the crazies are. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you get the back markers in here arguing. You got some viewers. We end up on TikTok viral. But
Viral.
no, yeah, I do appreciate you, and I really that's one of my goals for the league going forward is to make this better and help you where you need help.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys letting me do it, man. That was it's definitely come a long way compared to when I first threw out the idea. I didn't think it would last this long. I thought we'd get a couple episodes, but we're keeping it going. We're keeping it alive. And heck, even a guy from each team, maybe representing the team, come on or whatever. Whoever wants to come in, circle out, whatever. Dakota, you're awfully quiet down there.
Yeah, I was posting the schedule. Getting the schedule out there.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Chuck was wanting that. He's wanting to see. He couldn't watch tonight, but Chuck was wanting to see that.
yep. So getting that out there. I don't got much more to say. I'm just excited for the next season and can't wait to see where we go with this. So, like you said with your podcast, I never thought I'd make it past season one with my racing league, and here we are, season seven, and season seven, 40 pounds heavier. I was gonna say 60, but I got to give myself some.
Hey,
And
I had hair when we started
I was
this.
gonna say, and my
Thanks a lot.
beard's turning a little gray now. So
Heck, 2 seasons with you guys. I already got a full thing of gray right here. You see what you guys did to me?
No,
yeah,
that's Mac Jones. We know it. That's
It is
that's
Mac Jones. Completely ruined my life.
yeah. We need to have the dads on the podcast. There you go. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Get Mario. Get your dad.
Get Mario and my
oh
dad. They can
gosh,
go at
Let's
it for
do one.
for a
Oh
few.
yeah. You'll be here till 2 in the morning.
Oh man. Have to play moderator for that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we gotta wrap it up. See you later.
No,
Oh,
great. I had a great time. Thank you. Thank you
yeah,
for having
no.
us
I
on.
wasn't saying it to you guys.
Oh,
I was
all
saying
right.
I was
Oh, you're gonna say that to them.
yeah, Joe and
all right.
Pops.
Well,
But we can we've had a pretty good hour and 20 minutes. We've got some good news out there
For
with
sure,
the
man.
schedule.
Eddie, thanks a lot. Stimpy, always thanks a lot, man. Appreciate
Uh,
you.
I appreciate you guys letting me do this on the podcast. It was great to experience the scheduled release there, and I hope everybody enjoyed the schedule that these guys worked hard on and probably battled back and forth on for a little bit. But we're looking forward to it. Yeah, we're a little over a month out. Yeah, we still got a couple more races. We got 2 races left in the winning series. We have New Atlanta and Daytona coming up, so it's gonna be interesting. I know Shane and Mario are in a tight
Back
battle
to
for the
the back
championship
to the
there.
next gens too.
Back to the next gens to get us primed up and ready for Daytona. How about that?
Yeah, I definitely wish I could be there for that because that would have been that'd be fun. But
Oh yeah.
I'm moving, unfortunately. I can't be there, so I'm really bummed out because Atlanta's my track, as you've stated before, and it really, really bums me out that I can't be there for the race. But I hope everybody good luck, and Stimpy, I hope you win it.
Try.
If not, then I hope Lawson wins it, even though Lawson's not going to be there. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I appreciate you guys again, and Eddie, appreciate you, buddy, for everything that you've done, especially the trailer, producing.
absolutely.
Good work on that end. My dad's still asking out in the chat for the last 12 laps for last night. I don't think we'll ever see those last 12 laps. So we'll
Dad,
just
you don't
forget
want to
about
see
those.
him.
Yeah, you don't want to see them.
No, no, no. You can watch him. You can watch your son drive away from the rest of his team
Love it.
and then get beat.
Well, I'd say I push you to a win. I did listen to my defense before we leave. I
Oh
said
gosh,
last
here we go.
night I was going to push him to a win. I said it. I said I don't need a win. I'm last. I'm like 25th in points. I don't care. I'll push him to a win. And
Yep.
then
He,
the mishap on pit road happens. It just wasn't meant to be, man.
he
Somebody
said that
doesn't
with,
want you to get. Somebody doesn't want you to get a win in your own league. I think
I know.
that's the thing.
I've won in other leagues, but not my own league, and
Uh,
it's crazy.
We're gonna have to give the title to just owner to Dustin and take the
There you
bad
go.
juju
Yeah.
Yeah.
away
If
from
you
you.
get a
Oh,
win, then
that's
he can bring
fine.
you back. Yeah.
And then
Dustin can
Dustin
handle
gets a
all the
win the
day-to-day
first.
stuff.
Dustin gets a win the first week.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Uh,
Oh
All
man.
right.
All right,
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, as Tom Cruise would say, I'm dropping the hammer, and this show is off. We will see you we'll see you on podium on Wednesday, next Wednesday. We got
yep.
2 races left, and then come a month later on that, we'll see you at podium again in the Cup Cars next gen. So
I'll see everybody February 25th.
February 25th, baby. We're looking forward to it. And chat, peace. Take care.
Brush your hair.